Good morning, chicks and chickens. Welcome back to Old Man Farm. My name is Sid as always. Waking up with a lobster in our bed. I don't know that that's advisable, but hey, you know what? We we don't kink shame around here. Also, I guess it's Marlon's birthday. We're definitely gonna have to pop up and say hi to him. I've been trying to get him to take us on a boat ride. That's not a euphemism, but he's steadfast in his resolution to have nothing to do with us. But let's go ahead and check our fortune. Not that it really matters. They are somewhat annoyed. We do have a caviar that we need to take to. Hello, Jeff. That we need to take into town. We'll get the letters in just a sec. You know, I've been kind of holding off on those a little bit. But anyway, I listened to a radio play today. It was awesome. I'll tell you guys about that. And I also had an odd moment of actually controlling emotions, which was, it can be very difficult for me sometimes. But yeah, on the farm aspect here, we are going to get the rest of the hardwood for Robin, head up and do that, talk to her, and then pop over and see Marlon, since it's right there. And then, if we have time tonight, we're going to come home and we're going to work on our cow. However, if not, I think we should be pretty in the clear for tomorrow as far as working on that. Oh, we had one extra because I didn't get the one from the dinosaur coop to go grab that stuff. But yes, so pretty standard day today. Nothing crazy. Speaking of nothing crazy, not a whole lot going on in here, is there? Hello, Sinclair, Lizzie. How are you doing, Littlefoot? Hello, Lil Peep. I always forget he's the one that's in here. So I saw today we're sitting at like 497 subs or something like that. I've quit looking at it because it's been hovering around the 490 mark for a hot minute, and like I said, I 100% blame myself for the the little bit of a drop in viewership, which seems to be going back up again. So maybe I should let myself off the hook. But yeah, it is right there at that 500 mark. I'm gonna be very excited to be able to make that announcement to you guys. Hopefully soon. We'll see. Let's see what the sturgeons have for us. They want 2 maple syrup. That's nice and easy. I think we take that inside, don't we? Yes. Okay. We should have 2 in here, I think. Yes. Plenty. So this just ups their population, right? Which I assume makes them offer up the row more often. Hey, this maple syrup looks pretty nice. There we go. I think 3 is the max as well, so that might be the end of that. But okay, let's read these letters. I found this in a drawer somewhere. I thought you could use it. Thanks, Pam. Jeez, okay. I'm at my wit's end. Desperately want to make a coco no at the saloon, but I don't have no way of getting a coconut. Can you help me? What? That was very oddly worded. Yeah, I think we have a coconut lying around. Do we not? Actually, it's probably inside with the fruit, isn't it? Here, we'll pop in and check it out. And then we'll head down and we will cut some trees, gather some hardwood, and I'll tell you my 2 fairly stupid stories. One's stupider than the other. Really? Okay, here we go. And we'll just make a big loop through town. No big deal. Oh, and you know what, though? We should just take our stack of hardwood, because I think we need... we only need to gather 15 more. But we will need to take the entire cluster over to him. So, I was listening to... this was recommended to me on YouTube a few days ago. So I added it to my watch later, and I figured, hey, this would be a good thing to listen to at work. And it was a radio play of A New Hope, the first Star Wars. Upon looking into it later, yeah, this was like a whole thing. I believe it said in the 80s. They did a full radio play of A New Hope, and then it looks like they continued on to do the others. I haven't listened to those yet. I will probably listen to them tomorrow. But this thing was 5 hours long, Apparently it is 13 parts. I don't know. I listened to it as one large edit, but man, it was really good. And I think I've talked about this before. I have a complicated relationship with Star Wars at this point in my life because I hate all the Star Wars Disney movies. Some of the show content is okay, and most of that's still pretty trash, but the movies themselves I think are terrible. And I think the only one that was passable was the one that everyone hates, and that's the second one, the Rian Johnson one. That was the only one that I thought was passable. I thought it had issues, but nothing compared to the other two. The other two are... The last one is quite... I mean this literally, the worst movie I have ever seen. Anyway, sorry. We don't need to get into that. But I loved Star Wars as a kid. I believe they were doing the remasters when I was, a kid. I was born in 88, so in the 90s, I believe they did those, the remasters in I want to say 94, early 90s, I'm not sure. And, I saw them at a friend's house, and I was just absolutely enraptured. Now, I know there is, people have some issues with the remasters, and I understand that, but to be fair, I mean, I don't even know where to get a hold of the original cut of the movie. I don't even know if it's even watchable anymore. Oh, crap! Back when Jabba was just a dude in a fur coat. Yeah, but I loved those movies. They were, and are. They're just amazing. They're so good. Absolutely love them. But yeah, so when I saw this radio play, I actually knew nothing about it. I was just like, oh, cool. I love radio plays. I think they're, legitimately one of my favorite forms of, one of my favorite ways to consume a story is a radio play. I think they are wonderful. And so I started listening to it, and while I was doing so, I was like, man, whoever's doing Luke's voice is, man, they're really killing it, Yeah, it was Mark Hamill. It was just actually Mark Hamill. So, that checks out. Rasmodius. There you go. Yeah, but anyway, it was, like I said, 5 hours long. There was... Where the movie begins was maybe an hour in to it. So it was, there was a lot of extra content of what happened to Leia before they were boarded in the beginning, what happened, how they came apart across the plans for the Death Star. Luke doing some piloting and hanging out with his friends, going to Tashi Station to get those power converters, just Skywalker things. And it was really, really, really well done. Not just the acting, because the acting was phenomenal, but also legitimately just the story. I have never got to experience Star Wars in that way. It was amazing. It made, and I already think A New Hope is, damn near a perfect movie. Yeah, there's some inconsistencies with the greater story, but taken as a singular piece of media, A New Hope is amazing. But geez, expanding on the story and even just expanding little conversations and things was done so well. And as I said, I ended up finding out this was made in the, actually, you know what? Abigail, please get out of my way. We'll come back here since it is Friday. We'll come to the bar and hang out with everybody. But I just mentioned the whole Jabba being a man in a fur coat. Well, in this, in the radio play, it was made in the 80s again. Like I said, I believe that's what I had found out. But they actually did a sort of, what do you want to call it? What would be the right way? Like a full, like the ultimate edition, right? It was like the super extended editions of Lord of the Rings. How that's just the edition. Like that's the only edition of Lord of the Rings I'm gonna watch. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I want the. Where's the 5-hour cut of? Oh, don't say this. George Lucas will come out of his grave and do it. I know he's not dead. Calm down. But seriously, it was amazing. I would watch that entire thing, just as a series, or not a series, as a single movie, a 5-hour movie. Bring it on. Coconut. Now there's a soothing sight for my winter eyes. It's going to be perfect for my coconono. Is a coconono? Oh, what are you doing here, Corin? You're not supposed to be on this side, you goof. Are you working here? That's really cool. I had no idea that I had no idea. Oh, wow. Big Bark Burger uses a puppy fish. I can't get behind that. Are you kidding me? That's morbid as hell. Oh, right. Shane doesn't drink anymore. Does anyone want a beer? Ezekiel? This is nice, I guess. Thanks. Okay, well. Yeah, okay. Let's give a few things to a few people since we're here. Oh, goodness for me. Thank you. You're very welcome, Susan. You're always so nice to me. Hey, I saw that you wanted a beer. Isabel, thank you. This is generous of you. Anyone else? Beer 30. Abigail, hey, how'd you know I was hungry? Well, please don't eat the glass. Sam, thanks. I really like this. I thought you might. And here you go, Victor. This is absolutely incredible. Thank you. You're very welcome. Everyone else? I guess enjoy your night. I got stuff to do. But yeah, it was amazing. And I think Mark Hamill may have been the only actor from the movie to be in it. But everyone else in it was amazing. And like I said, I'm going to listen to the second 2 movies tomorrow at work is my plan. So I will let you know, but I will say this. If you are at all a fan of Star Wars, and I would just say if you like background noise, but you listen to my shtick, so I know you like background noise. I would legitimately say you should listen to this. It's just search it on YouTube. There's a million different versions, but you can either find a sectioned out one, or just watch it. It'll be about 4 hours and 55 minutes, 5 hours roughly, something like that. It is amazing. It is excellent, and I highly recommend checking it out if you like Star Wars, like I said. But anyway, that was pretty exciting to me, because my work days are very long, and I can get pretty bored there. And even I listen to a lot of podcasts, but I think what it is like I listen to a group of, I've talked about them before. They're the Glass Canon Network, and they have a million shows, and I listen to all of them. And I love it. I love their content. I love, I won't say everything, but the vast majority of things they put out, I really, really enjoy. But I will say that it is nice to have some other kind of audio entertainment that I can sort of sink my teeth into, because it's nice to hear a new voice, even if something just as small as it's nice to hear a new voice. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, so definitely check that out if Star Wars is at all an interest to you, because it's, like I said, it's really good. Kind of has no right being as good as it is. I don't know, it's crazy. And I will say though, I would wonder if, sorry, I'm pulling up the picture of the cow. I would wonder if it would be as good if I didn't know what was going on, if that makes sense. Like if I was not already familiar with the subject matter, would it be as good? And I only say that because, I can picture, and we just talked about this with like Lord of the Rings, but like I can picture certain things in my head because I've seen Star Wars. I think it would have been a really cool little experiment to, if someone had, I mean, I don't know who the hell hasn't seen Star Wars at this point, but if someone had never seen Star Wars, what would they think of this movie? You know what I mean? Or of this radio play? Like, would they be able to, because quite honestly, it's very, very followable up until the very, very end. And then it's, with the starship battle, I mean, I was following it just fine because, again, I've seen the movie a million times. But if someone had not, I wonder. I wonder if it would be as clear what is happening. I did think it was pretty cool, though, because, like, for instance, when, spoiler alert, when Obi-Wan dies, all you hear is, Luke yell, and, you hear, like, something hit the ground, and, you can, interpret what's going on, right? But, also, afterwards, like, you hear, and, he doesn't, how he, like, pokes around with his feet, Darth Vader does, oh, crap, we're gonna have to, right, we had to change this last time to make it look correct. Yeah, you know how he, like, poked around at it with his feet? Well, in this, he says, he just mentions briefly, like, I don't remember exactly how he says it, but something to the lines of, like, oh, it's, his robes are empty, or something like that. And it's just enough, you know what I mean? It's just enough that, let's see, where does this come down? Right there, It'll be right there. Yeah. It's just enough that you go, oh, he killed him, and, like, a piece of him disappeared. You know what I mean? It's, I don't know, it was really interesting. I really enjoyed it. And I have talked ad nauseum about it, so I'm going to shut up. But, yeah, as you can tell, I was blown away. I mean, legitimately. But anyway, let's get this cow rounded out here. We're still not going to have it done, like, fully, but we're going to make some progress here. Oh, and then the other thing I said, and I'll just make this brief, because actually we need to go to bed. But, and this is like a, whoop-de-doo good for you thing. Because, it's, everyone does it most days. But I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, and as such, I was in a bit of a sour mood. And generally at work, how that presents itself is I just want to be left the hell alone. You know what I mean? I just don't want anyone to talk to me. I don't, like, go out of my way to be mean to anyone, but I really just like being left alone, And, oh no! Oh man! I deserve that. Oh, we're almost maxed out with him. Well, I guess it's not a big deal. But anyway, just be real quick about it. I was really just annoyed, and someone came up to me and they asked me a question, and my immediately thought was, that's a stupid question, you're stupid, why are you talking to me? You know what I mean? Which is needlessly aggressive. I obviously didn't say any of these things, but at that moment, it's like I saw the crossroads. It was like, okay, Sid, this is your moment where you have naturally woken up pissed. You are grumpy. You will continue. It's, objects at rest will stay at rest kind of thing. You are going to be an asshole all day unless you, at this moment, pull yourself out of it. And I don't know how to do that. I'm very much a slave to my emotions a lot of times. And I generally deal with it through distance. That's how I wait till it gets better. But I saw one of the guys at work that generally is pretty okay with being goofy with people. And I saw him across the way, and I, like, made a dumb face and waved at him real ridiculously, and, like, swung my arms around like I was in a rubber hose cartoon. And he laughed, and I laughed. And then I wasn't an asshole to people all day. And I know, whatever. I don't need congratulations. It was just, everyone does this. But I am very bad at that. It's not something I do very well. It's not something I have ever really made it a point to do. Most of the time, my brain would realize there's a fork in the road and say, screw that, I'm taking the dark path because I want to, because I just want to see it all burn. So, I don't know. It was nice to choose to be in a better mood, choose to spread happiness to people around me rather than just be a little angry, quiet ball. So, anyway, that's neither here nor there. I just, I felt good about it, and I don't know, I just wanted to share. But anyway, go watch or listen to that Star Wars thing if you have any interest in Star Wars, because it is worth, it's amazing. But if not, either way, I do appreciate you guys hanging out. I know this was, I say this every time. It was a weird one. It's always a weird one, so I guess by definition that makes it normal. So, I appreciate you being here. Be good to each other. I will talk to you tomorrow. Good night.